You know what's funny? My dad had a Mission Impossible Game Boy game, and I used to play it. And one day I brought it to school, and I never realized that like who I'm shooting at were like in robes. It was in like Japan, and I was just playing the game, and the kids were asking me like, "What are you playing?" And I was like, "It's about a guy who just goes and shoots girls."
Oh my god.
What's up? Oh my god. We're back. Episode 159 of the Joystick Show. We're almost to the 160s, man.
Yeah.
We're climbing up there.
Eventually the 200, imagine.
It's nice to have everybody at the table.
Mm-hmm.
We were Jerry short last week because Jerry wanted to go do adult things.
Nah, Jerry family bonding
shit.
And shit.
Look at Jerry having other things to do.
Jerry over here.
Fucking, it's good to be back. It's good to be a four-piece, and we're here to just, do what we do best at the Joystick Show. It's also occurring to me that we have football on in the background. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Let me just turn that off for now. And, we're here to talk to you about a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, we're here to talk to you about that right there.
Whoa.
Is there a sound effect?
There is a sound effect.
Oh,
There's
nice.
two sound effects. There's one when it comes and one when it goes.
Professional.
Yeah. They're different, too. So it's I do my best. I do my best.
I like that.
It'd be really helpful if you guys could subscribe to Team Joystick.
Indeed.
And if you guys could like the videos, because that would mean a lot to me, and it would help us grow, which is like the goal or the goals. So yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. One thing I want to jump right into is how fucking exhausted I am.
Yeah, you are.
It was my first week back at work in person at my school teaching. That was a really great time. That's not actually what I want to talk about. It was just a fun, experience, and I'm glad that it went positively.
You get paid.
But Monday, Dylan and I had to shoot a video.
We did.
Tuesday, I had to edit last week's podcast to get it ready for Wednesday. Wednesday, I went into work, came back home, started editing the video we made on Monday. Thursday was the exact same thing, going into work, coming back to edit even more of the video we made on Monday.
Correct.
And then today's Friday, and I spent the entirety of today finishing the video we made on Monday, leading into a workout, leading into setting up this podcast and making this podcast.
Correct.
So I have not had time to just fucking relax and just play a game or just, mental health check. So I'm fucking exhausted.
Oh my gosh.
That being said, I did want to talk about the great success we endured. Do you endure success? Is that a thing? We're going to endure success. We achieved success. There we go. The success we achieved with the introduction of season 1 of The Chef's Son.
Correct.
It went really well. I'm really happy with it.
It was nice. Very long.
Yeah, it's like a 40. It's actually our longest episode, 41 minutes.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be that long.
It's up on YouTube right now. Go ahead and give it a watch. Not right now, after the show.
No, yeah. Watch this first.
And I wanted to just real quick.
Yo.
I feel like this is like when the teacher leaves the room, and I was like,
I was actually thinking of a moment crazy shit. When a teacher left, a kid really stood on his desk and went like, thought that shit was crazy.
Voila.
These shits straight out of the oven were
so it's still
unmatched.
Don't worry, it's warm and it's nice and glossy. But go ahead, dive right in. Have a taste of what we were able to accomplish from episode 1.
I've had it. I brought like 2 of these home. My parents ate them, but
for what it's worth, this is the last one.
Oh man,
I was saving it for this.
The
original intention was I was saving it for Jerry because Jerry's the cinnamon roll guy.
Just rip it, whatever.
Just eat that shit, dog.
Oh fuck, that's
word. I was like, you didn't bring a utensil.
That's actually still
you
super
don't cut
hot.
a cinnamon roll, bro.
Yes, you do. Yeah. You unravel it, my guy.
You unravel it or you bite it.
Are you literally grabbing like Cinnabons with your hands? It's like,
yeah,
no. You do. Dylan and I are in agreement.
No, how long ago did you heat this up? It's actually super hot.
Like when I went upstairs, like fucking 3 minutes ago for 30 seconds too. So.
Like, really?
Yeah,
it's still super hot
because it's filled with it's filled with butter and cream cheese and all that.
I don't want to touch it now, man.
It's not gonna fucking kill you.
I'm just imagining Joey eating pastries with a fork and a knife.
I want Jerry's review because Jerry's I feel like.
Why?
So I don't get my hands dirty.
No,
bro.
you wash your hands.
So I feel like Jerry's.
You eat a cookie with a knife?
Can you shut the fuck up so I can talk, Dylan? Jesus Christ.
I'm triggered.
I was going to say, me and Dylan talked a lot on the episode about how Jerry's like the cinnamon roll guy.
Yeah.
But I've come to realize that I think Jerry's just the cinnamon guy.
Yeah.
Because Jerry's like a cinnamon guy. So what did you think? You be honest.
Needs more cinnamon.
Oh, you think this one needs more cinnamon?
Yeah, I like really sweet cinnamon rolls.
He is the cinnamon guy. I told you.
I agree.
Did you actually get the cinnamon? Because you have to get the brown part. That's the cinnamon.
Maybe try again, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely have another piece. You know,
that's the cinnamon right there. Go ahead. This round 2. This means a lot to me. Okay. This took a lot of work.
All right.
You got some?
I want that piece.
It's all on the inside right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
See? That's it, right? Am I wrong?
Let me see here.
That's it. Okay. We're better now. We're solid.
We got the seal of approval. We can move on with life now.
I'm happy now.
Yeah,
that shit took a fucking minute to do, man. Well, more than a minute. It took... Jesus, we started filming at like 7 o'clock when we went to Cinnabon. That was 40 minutes of shooting right there.
Yeah.
And then we continued shooting until like 10 o'clock at night.
10:30, yeah.
Holy hell. But I'm really happy with the way it came out. I hope people enjoy it. People can make some delicious cinnamon rolls at home.
I'm also happy with how it came out.
Yeah. And I can't wait to do more. And I can't wait to eat the next one in 2 weeks with you guys at the next podcast.
Yay.
It's not going to happen. I'm going to destroy that one.
What's next?
I don't know if I can spoil it. Like, I could tell you guys.
Yeah, but don't tell them. Say it, but bleep it.
I'm going to bleep it, guys.
Hey.
I'm going to bleep it, and I'm going to do the thing where I'm going to do the football thing. We're making...
Ooh.
My dad says it's kind of like a steak, very juicy, very delicious. And my dad says he's going to fucking destroy it. Like, he's going to show me how to, like...
I'll tell you what. I do like that food, but... I mean, it's
very easy.
You're not topping this one for me anytime soon.
We actually, the funny thing is another thing is, which is part of this chapter that I wanted to talk about, is I'm trying to take a much more organized and like serious approach to Joystick because I want to fucking make this shit work. So like the entirety of season 1 is actually like fleshed out, like every single recipe, every single episode. I even have jokes per episode, so it's nice to have a plan. That being said. Yeah, I don't think any of these are going to top cinnamon rolls for you specifically. Straight up. I think this might have been it for Jerry. But I'm glad. There is one thing I can spoil is we're actually doing a high protein episode. We're going to do some high protein meals, so maybe you can steal some of those.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And whatnot. But yeah, stay tuned for more of that. Stay tuned for more Joystick goodness. And somebody else talk.
Let's see.
No.
Really?
No.
That could just be the end.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Shit, I mean, I haven't done shit.
We're supposed to talk on a podcast?
Yeah.
You were the one that was gone for 2 weeks.
I mean, I just been like working, to be honest.
Look, I could keep talking, but you guys have to actually think about what the fuck you want to say.
Let's see.
All right, so I lied when I said that I worked all of last week.
Yeah.
Because I took a little bit of time for me to go out with my family, enjoy a night out, and I watched a movie.
Okay.
I watched The Equalizer 3. Wanted to give a review.
Of The Equalizer 3.
Equalizer 3 starring Denzel Washington. I'm going to be spoiling things, so there's your alert, right? Right off the bat, this is like a real 7 out of 10 movie. Like, it's fun, it's a good watch, but
wait, why is that 7 then?
Let me explain, right? Okay. So the first thing I wanted to mention is The Equalizer 1 I thought is a really good movie. I like that movie a lot. I've never actually seen The Equalizer 2 in full. So I spent the first 5 minutes of watching The Equalizer 3 on my phone reading the plot of Equalizer 2 on Wikipedia. Okay. Just to bring myself up to speed.
Right.
Only to find out completely unnecessary. Nothing, not like one thing gets brought back from the past 2 movies. So it's like, okay, whatever. This movie is basically like, let's take Robert McCall and put him in Italy, and that's pretty much the whole premise of the movie. Okay. Also, Denzel Washington's character in the movie is named Robert McCall, but for the sake of like better explanation and also because it makes me laugh a lot, I'm just gonna call him the Equalizer, like a superhero. Yeah. So basically, the Equalizer ends up in Italy, and he's like raiding a fucking a vineyard that's secretly a front for like a mafia storehouse.
This feels like wasn't this like Quantum of Solace, like the 007 movie? It kind of sounds like the same. They were in Italy for a bit.
This whole thing is like in one Italian town.
Damn, terrorizing that shit.
Yeah, so like the whole shtick is he's basically supposed to like raid this vineyard, steal some shit that people stole in the first place, and then in typical like cool action movie shit, he like the way that the scene is filmed is like once the boss gets there, everybody's already dead. So you don't actually see the action scene. You just see him reacting to all the bodies and like the death. And then he gets to where 2 guards have the equalizer. And then in typical action form, he like gets out of that situation. But the funny part is when he leaves, a kid shoots him in the back. And that's actually like what starts the rest of the movie, because now that he's been shot and he's injured, he has to like stay in Italy and recover.
Okay.
And then while he's there, he ends up like actually loving the town and like really getting close with all of its residents. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm Italian."
This
now.
is part of the movie?
Yeah, straight up. And
he
this
just
is
has a
no.
identity crisis.
I just imagine this guy fucking murdering, beheading people,
No,
and
no,
he's
no.
like, he's like, okay, time to go to the cafe.
This is
you know?
an
Like-
important. This is an
change.
important thing to mention.
Okay.
My biggest complaint with this movie is, despite the fact it has like an hour and 49-minute runtime, it feels really short, like a really contained movie. And this is why. The first 45 minutes of the movie is just Denzel Washington falling in love with coastal Italy. Like he's just like walking around with a cane while he's recovering, buying fresh fish.
Oh,
he gets his tea at the cafe.
That's fucking hysterical.
He watches the football matches and all this shit, bro.
Gaucho.
It's kind of hilarious.
He invites friends over, and he's like, "Hey."
No, yeah, straight up. So then, for what it's worth, they have to build all that up so that when people come in and try to take it from him, it's like, nah, this is the Equalizer's home now, bro. He's been here for like 4 weeks. This is his territory, right? So the bad guy in the movie is this like big bad Italian mafia crime
Mario.
boss. And then there's like a and
Mario.
then the second bad guy is Luigi. which is his like slightly better looking brother, and he's like younger, and he's like a hothead.
Yeah.
So he's like second in command. Oh, and there's one more character played by Dakota Fanning, and she's like a CIA operative. And this is
why am I thinking it's still young Dakota Fanning?
No, yeah,
Like a
she
child.
still looks young. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Like her face is child. It's strange. So this is important because when he raids that vineyard, he calls her. And he's like, "Hey, you're CIA, right? I found all this shit at a vineyard, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Why aren't you calling me?" And he's like, everything he says is cool. So he's just like, "Because I knew to call you," or some shit like that. And then he hangs up the phone, whatever. Just keep that in the back of your head for now.
Okay.
Here's my biggest gripe with this fucking movie. The villains are actually awful people. And that's not my problem. Like when you see these guys, you're like, I want them fucking dead by the end of this movie. But like, you want to savor it, right? They just die so fast. Like to give you some perspective, this guy has a scene where like the bad crime boss tries to buy like some house from a family because he wants to make a hotel there, and they decline. So they throw her elderly dad, who's like 90, out of the window with a rope, and it breaks his neck. And you're like, okay, this guy's a terrible person, right? Just killed a 90-year-old man. Fucking when the brother like comes in, his whole thing is he collects checks from businesses for like the mob bosses, and there's a scene where he comes in to collect some check or whatever, and the Equalizer's like, he's staring at him. So the guy like sits at the Equalizer's table and he's like, "You do not know how to stay out of people's business, man." Da, da, da. And then in typical fashion, he like tries to break his arm, and it ends with the Equalizer getting his gun and making the kid leave the restaurant. The next scene is the kid with all his goons like, "We need to get rid of this man, okay? But we're gonna kill." And then the Equalizer just shows up and kills them all, like immediately. You'd almost don't expect it. Like it's that fast. And then you're like, okay,
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
he's dead. Like, and you're like, all right, cool. Now we got to deal with the main bad guy. All right. So now there's this other scene where the main bad guy corners fucking the Equalizer into a town square, and he's about to kill his like cop friend. But then the Equalizer comes out and he's like, "I'm the one you want. Don't kill him. It's me. We can do it right here." Da, 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 da. And then it ends with basically like everybody in the town is filming this guy, and they're like, "Boss, they're filming us." And he's like, "We'll be back, and you'll be dead." And then he's like, "Sooner than you think, pal." So and then all like the town like rallies with him. So I'm expecting some like almost like some Hot Fuzz type town fight. You know what I mean? Where like it's like the town versus the crime bosses.
That's a big thing.
And then the guy goes back to his house, and the Equalizer kills him to sleep. Like immediately. It's like, and that's the end of the movie. That's the end of the movie. So like, I guess what I'm saying is all the other Equalizer movies have like these jam-packed action sequences where like people are getting fucked up, and that's still happening here, but almost in like a Batman kind of way, where it's just like one at a time and really quietly. So it just, I don't know, it wasn't satisfying for me. Like everybody just dies super quick.
He's too good at everything.
They also
too good.
Yeah, they also like they introduce like the whole town has all these different characters, like the priest and the doctor and like a love interest for him, and like so many characters that you're like, who's gonna die? And then none die. So that was like another thing. I was like, It just felt like there was a lot of parts in the movie that were missed. Like they just didn't film it, or they got rid of it for some reason. So it's the pacing is super off. And then last but not least, the only thing that leads back to the older films is you find out that the Dakota Fanning character is the daughter of like the Equalizer's old partner. So by him calling in the case and giving the case to her, he's like doing his Equalizer job of helping her up the job ranks and doing something for his old pal or something like that. Wow. So Equalizer 3,
not a good
7
twist.
out of 10. You see what I'm going with here?
I'd give it lower, but maybe I'd have to watch
I
it.
would give it lower, but just taking it from me, like the parts that were good. So it was a fun movie, but it's just a weird one. Like so quick. It's just really Denzel Washington in Italy.
It sounds like a comedy, and if someone were to animate that, it would just be like all this action stuff, and then it would cut to just him like doing everything you said, and it just sounds like a comedy that they made into a drama.
Yeah, he like walks with a cane for like 30 minutes of the movie just around Italy. Like there's like a 2-minute
so
scene.
fun. That's so funny. Imagine doing that with any other like action star back in the day.
Yeah.
It's like, what if we take Liam Neeson and put him in Monaco? It's like it's literally the same
there's
shit.
There's like a 2-minute scene where he walks up a giant flight of Italian stairs with a cane, and then halfway up he meets an Italian grandma who's walking down the stairs, and she's like, "Go slowly." And he's like, thank you, I will, don't worry. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. So shout out to Denzel Washington.
Fucking fun. I'd cackle in the theater. Everyone would look at me.
I did. Like, that shit was so funny to me.
Or just the rest of the night, find a stick and just walk around pretending to be
I'd just be like
Italian Denzel Washington.
Go slow.
I don't know. But I think part of it just makes me want Equalizer 4 at this point. Like, I want to see him still in Italy. Maybe he goes to another town or some shit, you know? But I'm here for it now. Like as disappointed as I was, it also hooked me. So I'm like, this is what I needed to get me into the next one if they make it. So shout outs to my one piece of viewing this week when I had a little bit of time for myself. It was nice.
I love your movie.
One Piece?
Two pieces.
Somebody talk about something.
What do you mean? I have something pretty not interesting, but a thing I want to start. Okay. So I said I was going to do this last thing. Sports bet of the week. Right? Okay. I cannot do Sunday because this comes out on Wednesday and then the week would already pass.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. And I'm not going to pick something a month in advance. So, soccer, right? You guys know European soccer? Fucking sucks. Terrible sport, right? So what do? There's a bet that you can do where you can just say anyone wins.
Okay.
That's the bet.
But what if they tie?
Then you lose. But here's the thing. You think that's a fucking sure bet. It is not. Yes. So you know what, guys? Pick your pick whatever team looks cool and bet one of them maybe one of them will win.
Either team.
Yeah, so that's it. Pick a day and just pick like 4. Fuck it. Isn't that stupid? That's a stupid sport.
Like,
it's
how
really
often
dumb.
are they not winning?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So, how the tournament. Okay, so let me explain the tournament so this makes sense. So this is the Champions League. So what they did was FIFA was like, hey, what if we take teams from every country and make them just fight, right? Okay. So it's like a British team will fight a French team, a fucking Turkish team will fight like a Greek team. They'll just go at it, but it's over multiple games, so it's like aggregate score. So teams don't give a fuck if they tie because we'll beat them next time. So half the time they just give up and they tie. So it's actually
if any of them could fucking do it, vote.
So try, go for it. Pick like 3 or 4 teams and be like, hey, one of those 2 will win and not be a disappointment to their country.
Soccer's like that one sport that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll jump on the bandwagon if it's not that entertaining for me, unless it's like high level, like World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup
level,
is good.
Like,
I mean, Messi being in America is cool because it just kind of looks like he's tapping the ball and he's like way better than everybody.
That being said, like, soccer's the sport that it doesn't interest me, but by far, like, they have to be the most fit athletes out there.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's
definitely.
like soccer players and gymnasts. I don't get it. Like, they're just fucking incredible.
And I feel like on the soccer team too, there's like positions and everything, but every soccer team has like one guy who's mad brolic for no reason. You're like, why you don't use this? Why the fuck are you mad ripped? It's like, doesn't make any sense.
Out of like the main sports, what do you think number 2 would be in terms of physicality?
Like fitness?
Yeah, I feel like it's basketball over football.
I would say like almost basketball, hockey, because hockey athletes are like they're not like physical specimen, but they're like they work out a lot. They're like really.
I'll
bulky.
take your word for it because I know nothing about.
They're
it.
very muscular. When I was younger, I thought every goalie was fat.
Do they
Because
train
they wear all
in
the
ice
paddings.
gyms?
No, it's a regular gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No.
it's a regular gym.
Got it. I saw this thing where like this kid was practicing on like a hockey machine where like it has like cables that slide. It's almost like it kind of like emulates ice kind of.
Oh, that's weird. I
So
haven't
it's like
seen
to
that
strengthen
before.
legs. I thought it was kind of fucking weird. Yeah.
I've never seen that yet.
And then baseball players are just.
Baseball, it's
wide
Don't
like
get me wrong. You
Base-
need to be athletic. to play
baseball is one or two. It's one of two sides. It's
Yeah.
like the most athletic guy ever,
Or-
this dude
Yeah.
just was good at this.
Yeah.
Or you're like that guy, that pitcher. What's his name?
Ooh, Bartolo?
Yeah, Bartolo.
Oh yeah, and then my favorite thing is that like there was this trend back in the day where like a pitcher would be a starting pitcher, and then they get moved to the bullpen, and they just get fat. These motherfuckers, they would immediately. It's like, yo, he's snacking until like the 7th inning. You know it. Homie has Cheez-Its underneath the bench. He's like, yeah, I'm going in though.
Oh man,
Yeah.
bro, my new dream is to be a punter.
Oh
in the
my
NFL.
god, that's the coolest fucking
Yeah,
job,
I feel like it would be the
bro.
best job if you don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The punter is the best job, and the kicker is the fucking worst.
Yeah.
You guys know that, right? There's two people that kick.
Yeah.
There's the one guy who kicks and it's on the thing.
Yeah.
And there's the other guy that kicks and it's
There's the one guy who kicks when it matters, and then there's the one guy who just kicks to the other team.
hey, we're gonna put you over there.
I want that job. I want that job.
Put you over there.
However, you can be bad at that. You kick it out of bounds. You can get 30 yards. You suck. You know, like don't.
No, I'm gonna get consistent with that. If there's one thing I can do, it's I can kick a football.
You're gonna.
I know that sounds like a really weird flex, but when I was young, I couldn't throw a football. I couldn't catch a football, but I could fucking kick.
I have seen Bobby kick a football, and it goes much further than you would.
You would
think.
expect, yeah.
You're like, oh shit,
Because you kind of have to like know where to put your foot. You have to like hook it right in, and you almost like scoop it.
Yeah,
and when I
you
found
have
that
to.
out, like I swear to God, as like a 12-year-old, I was launching these shits. I was like, what the fuck?
This is what Charlie Brown wanted to do. When he
Yeah,
could.
I didn't have some
They
dumb
didn't let him.
sister or dumb female to get in my way. Just me and my male cousins.
That's why only men are in the League of National Footballs.
It's fine. I'm not even
never had
saying it
that
like that. It's just because I had no girls in my life
Yeah,
growing
yeah,
up. I had no sisters, no female cousins. Oh shit, it's Jose. Hold on. Hello? Okay, 1 second. Now I gotta fucking somebody take over. Somebody talk about something while I make a private phone call.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Something quick and simple. I saw The Nun 2. It was pretty
Nun?
good. Yeah, The
Like-
Nun 2. The Conjuring movie, The Nun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was the first Nun pretty sucked, but this one was pretty good. It was beautiful. It takes place right after the first movie, and there's this beautiful eerie imagery and throughout the whole movie that was like done a lot better than the first one. And yeah, it was pretty good. I don't know if I'd see it in theaters, but if you happen to see it around, it's pretty
Wait,
good.
you saw The Nun too?
Yeah,
Where did you see it?
I saw it in Atlas, I believe.
Didn't you say you wouldn't see it in theaters?
Oh, I saw it in theaters, but if you who haven't seen the movie yet, I wouldn't see it in theaters.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying.
I didn't.
So what do they have at Atlas now? Because like you guys, every time I mention it, you guys say it's like nothing there that
Yeah.
used to be there.
But can I be honest? I think
It's
that
like-
makes it more of a vibe.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, but it's also still like sometimes crowded, which is like there's nothing there. Why is it crowded?
Yeah.
So what's
The old
Johnny
stuff?
Rockets used to be there.
That's
What's there
gone.
now? Yeah,
Nothing.
That's
Yeah,
gone. I don't.
it's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
I don't think anything's there.
Yeah.
A lot of the other side has like all of those shops are filled
The
up.
only OG
But there's,
stuff
like,
that's
furniture
there is
store.
like the movie
California.
theater, California
Pizza
Pizza Kitchen, Starbucks, Cold Stone.
There's an Auntie Anne's now.
Yeah, and that's it. That's literally it. So Auntie Anne's in the middle. They have Ulta Beauty.
Yeah.
They be having like random shit at that fucking.
Yeah,
Man, I know
don't
we're getting
what
into
the hell
really
is-
like specific
So
shit.
malls, guys. How do you feel about malls?
No, but like I remember when Atlas was built. Like I remember that was like the craziest shit. It was like a Florida mall in New York City, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Like we could shop outside. Like we don't deserve this. It was a whole.
And then
thing.
after like 5 years, it just like the novelty wore off. We were just
Yeah, it wore off.
it was like you could just drive 30 minutes to the outlet or just go to the
That's
outlet
actually-
in PA or
It's
something.
mad funny because like, thinking about it, how like Bobby
It was
said,
like all glass and
no,
outside.
yeah, it
You're
was like
"Fuck."
New Yorkers like first time looking at environments.
no,
like
yeah, for
this.
sure.
Yo,
Because we used to go to Florida all the time, and
The
that's like
streets be
it's literally
spaced.
what it emanated. It was like it's so open and there's grass. Like what the fuck? Like it was cool though.
Space. Applebee's.
I remember. I thought it was like a really niche place. Like, dude, this is a new place.
I remember one time my mom was at the
new land leak.
Now it's like all these graphics are outdated. You
Yeah,
know?
no,
It's
these
like
kids-
these are not
new
like that
land
anymore.
leak.
one time my mom was at the spa that's there, and she was getting like a manicure or something or a pedicure, and the guy. She was talking to somebody, like a woman next to her, about Atlas Park and how she was saying, "Oh, it's such a great place, but they should add this and they should add that." And then like some guy next to her was like, "Oh yeah, what else should they add?" And she was like talking to him or whatever. And then at the end of the conversation, he had admitted that he was like the co-owner of Atlas Park. And he was like in charge of like bringing in businesses and stuff.
What a cool
and he like thanked my mom and paid for their like services or whatever, like for their pedicure. So I was like, "Oh shit, this is kind of sick."
I'm gonna pay you. You gave me some pretty good ideas
No.
that I'm not gonna.
None of them are gonna
And my
fucking
mom was
work,
like, "You
but-
should put it in Ulta Beauty. You should get rid of that fucking stupid bookstore and put it in a TJ Maxx." And the guy was like, "Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Keep the Chili's." Gotcha.
That Chili's is hopping every
That
time.
Chili's-
I'm
that
like,
Chili's is
bro.
good.
Honestly, when I was like younger, I was like, yo, Chili's and Applebee's are not gonna last. They fucking lasted, bro.
I
They
didn't
made
think
it.
Applebee's would last. I didn't think
either of them would have lasted.
Yeah, they're all doing well, and like even the Garden of Olives, Red Lobster, all those places are still doing
I
well.
think it's
Who
on
would've
its last legs though. I think the Olive Garden trend is just
I think
it's dying.
Bro, the ones
Yeah.
by Queen Center are freaking. They've been there for a minute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially the Applebee's, man. It's in that dark corner. But
Applebee's is in that weird dark corner of the mall. It's like, oh,
I like it.
that?
I actually really like it. Your waiter just stares at you. That's how you order. You guys just telecommunicate. Just
Bro, I haven't been to QCM in like 5 years.
I haven't been in a while.
I went to get my Cinnabon.
You know?
You remember you remember Yellow Rat Bastard? That
Yeah.
was a super.
yeah.
old
There was an
store.
It Sugar. There was the hair straightening guy.
You know, I'm about to throw you back.
Yeah.
Remember when
Yo.
QCM had the Disney store?
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't anymore?
No, that shit was gone
I
years
remember-
ago.
I
I got rid of that in like
remember.
Oh, no.
2009
Maybe I'm
or
thinking of
something
something
like
else.
that.
Yeah, I remember it had.
It turned into like a toy store or something like that, I believe. It turned into something else that was like childish or like Gap Kids or some shit.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's like another like
Oh my
child
gosh,
toy
the
store or something
Disney
like
is
that.
not there anymore.
Yeah, no, they got rid of that year. Like,
Yeah.
they
Why
got rid
did
of
I
that when we
feel
were
it
like
was still
12,
there?
dude.
Why do I
Disney.
feel like
That
it
shit's
was-
been gone for decades.
Why did I feel like it was still there?
And it was like a
Yeah.
big one too. It was like because Disney doesn't
pretty
fuck
large.
around. It was like a whole experience. And I think they had a Looney Tunes store too.
Oh, I don't know.
Or not.
do
It wasn't a
not.
Looney Tunes store.
I
A
do
Warner
not.
Brothers store.
I do not remember
I
that.
don't remember that.
Yeah, where was the Warner Brothers store? Was that in QC? Now I need to look this up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Do some mall
Because not a lot of people knew that.
research.
Also, shout out to my YouTube shorts. No, I was gonna say not a lot of people knew that back in the day, Warner Brothers used to have stores to rival the Disney stores.
And now they just own the Harry Potter store.
Pretty much. Old stores maybe.
Or old stores.
Yeah, see, it was like studio store. Okay.
Mm.
Do they have like a list of locations?
As you look for this,
Nah. Oh, see, this is like current locations. I need to know where the old ones are. Anyway, what were you saying?
You fudged up.
now that you say that Disney store's closed, I'm wondering when was the last time I was in a Disney store? And nowadays, does that like even exist anymore with the internet and everything? It's like, do you need a Disney store? All their content is
I mean, they're
easily
in Florida a
purchased.
lot. By the way, it was in Times Square. It was
Yeah.
not in
Nice.
QCM. Disney was in QCM.
I did not. I
Disney
did not.
was also in
I did
QC.
not expect Looney Tunes and 9/11 to be in the same.
I know you saw that, right?
They were
That
in
was like the
They
reason.
were in the same.
Now you know
paragraph.
when you play that
What?
game, whatever.
Yeah, now you know if you need help on the Wikipedia game, you're like Looney Tunes. Yo, I know it.
Looney Tunes.
I can get the 9/11 from here.
I had so many jokes rouletting in my head right there. I made the grown-up decision to say none of them. I need
Did
you to
they
know
involve any
I was
characters?
associating the Acme and fucking
Oh,
like,
Acme, Yosemite, blow my stack.
you know, the sign coming up at the last second. But I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. And
Bang.
your imagination is what's bad right now. Okay,
It's your fault.
it's what you are picturing, not
Yeah.
what I am
Go to
saying.
therapy.
That is making you picture.
Yeah,
these
I never got to go to any of those like old stores, like like the brand stores, like Pokemon.
Did you go to Toys R
Center,
Us?
We were saying the other day.
things. Oh yeah, the
Jared?
Huh?
Nintendo.
Or Toys R Us.
Toys R Us, I got to go to.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Toys R Us was sick.
You know what I got at
I
a
bought
Toys
a
R
bike at
Us?
Toys R
I got
Us.
one toy at Toys R Us. I got a Beyblade, I think.
Oh, nice. That's sick.
Yo.
We
Yeah.
rarely went to Toys R Us. I had toys growing up, but it was always like I get it. From a parent's perspective, I get it. It's like, if you're going to get toys, you might as well just go to like Walmart or like Target.
Oh, you go to the cheap place. Yeah,
It's not even that it's cheap. It's just it's there, you know?
Right.
Like, they're going to have 60% of what's at Toys R Us. You just have to, if you want the specific shit.
It's just, it felt more fun.
It was more fun than your kid. Like,
for sure. For the kid,
we're going to go to Walmart.
Like as an adult, Target is fun. As a child, Target was not fucking fun. I did not want to be in a Target at all.
And for what it's worth, like, I went to the Toys R Us in American Dream Mall, I think last year. And for what it's worth, it was like fucking sick. Like, I remember walking through like, this is like, if I was a kid, this would be dope. Like, there's a slide that goes down 3 stories, and there's a fucking.
I got some gripes with American Dream Mall.
Oh, me too. Don't get me wrong. But I was just gonna say, like, it's also really organized. So every floor has like the Lego section, the Funko section, the Barbie section, the Tonka section. Like, everything is super well organized. It's like super crazy.
Section.
Yo, rest in peace, the Toys R Us in the Times Square, man.
That was a staple.
That's
man.
a Gap now, right?
I think it is.
They should have kept this Ferris wheel, man.
They should have at least kept making a Gap Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel.
Oh boy.
We're gonna ride the Gap Ferris wheel.
It doesn't work.
I only rode that Ferris wheel once.
I never rode that.
I never did.
My uncle gifted my dad a Rubik's Cube because he kind of liked Rubik's Cubes. And on each end, it was a picture of a different, like, family member. And they have me and my aunt, my dad, and my sister on the Times Square Ferris wheel.
Is it solved or?
It is solved.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how does this work? Is it just?
I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, I see it. My head's upside down.
My eyes over here. My lips.
My legs are over
and
there.
my mouth is on the back.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you missed out, Jerry. You missed out, man. Times Square Toys R Us and the fucking.
I went to that one, but not as a kid.
And the Nintendo Center.
Yeah, Nintendo Center. I didn't get to.
You know what's weird about that? Man, this is gonna piss Jerry off. My mom took me to that center when I was a kid, when it was still the Pokemon Center. But I didn't like Pokemon, so I bought, and I don't know why. I guess I just thought they were cool at the time. At the time, Mario Party had a card game. So I bought Mario Party trading cards, and you'd be like Mario coins, like item boxes and shit like that.
Oh, what the fuck?
It was like
that is so weird,
right? It was like a way to play Mario Party with cards, and that's what I got at the Pokemon Center. Yeah,
that's a slap in the face,
right? I didn't like Pokemon. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like Pokemon. Honestly, I didn't like Pokemon until I was like 17. I
still don't like Pokemon.
I think I played it as a kid, but I didn't know what I was doing with the Game Boy. I was just kind of like attack, not healing any of my Pokemon.
That's why I picked Mickey Mouse Racing.
You telling me you capture animals and make them fight? Not for me.
I don't know about that, man.
I mean, that's what I started doing.
Murdering people.
Shooting everyone in the head.
Yeah.
You Nazi, fuck you, Nazi.
You know what's funny? My dad had a Mission Impossible Game Boy game, and I used to play it. And one day I brought it to school, and I never realized that, like, who I'm shooting at were, like in robes. It was in like Japan, and I was just playing the game, and the kids were asking me like, "What are you playing?" And I was like, "It's about a guy who just goes and shoots girls."
Oh my god!
And I remember it was our teacher, Shannon.
It's like, what the?
She was like, "What game are you playing?" And I think I straight up told her, "It's about a guy who's going around just shooting girls."
Huh.
So cool.
By the way, is that the Mission Impossible game that Dylan has a world record in?
Oh yeah. No, by the way, someone has beaten that record.
Somebody stole it.
Maybe. I'm not sure actually. I have to look that up.
Yeah, we do. You might still be a world record holder.
Yeah, it might be. Not on Survival Kids though.
No.
And Stuart Little 2.
You were never the world record.
Optimized the shit, bro. That game.
I introduced you to that.
Who would have thought?
I used to be scared of that game because there were bugs in it.
Those bugs are fucking huge.
They were kind of creepy.
They're photorealistic bugs. Like, it's so ass. Like, I don't want to see a real fucking praying mantis.
And it's like blurry too, because it's like the PS1 or whatever. So it's like it has like those pixels, like that blur. Like PS1 games always looked. I don't know. I like Nintendo 64 games. Like, I know they didn't look better, but they didn't have like that blur to it. Like every N64 game was like really like polygonal.
I see what he means.
It was like I kind of liked it being like blocky, whereas like PS1 it was smoother, but they had like that blur a little bit.
That blur.
They were also way brighter on the PS1.
Yeah,
that's why I liked it. It's like,
I mean, it was
so
more
much.
You had more bits, more pixels.
128, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Multiply.
The gaming war back then and back in those days.
Yeah.
Those guys waiting out.
It's
for
funny.
the PS2.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I want to go through this with you.
Okay.
So I think I'm right. Every single console generation, I think these are the winners. First one, PS1. I think that's a clear winner.
Okay.
N64 is up there though. That's a close one.
It's very close,
Very
but
close.
I'll give it to that.
PS2 by far.
Yes.
Nothing comes close.
360.
360 definitely beat
100%.
PS3. PS4.
Mm-hmm.
PS5.
Yeah,
I'm not counting PC.
that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's correct,
I
right?
think that's correct.
If you have $2,000 PC,
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
if you have the money, yes.
But in terms of consoles, I think that's it. And then the Switch is just fuck the Nintendo Switch. I said it.
I'm pissed that they don't acknowledge the problem with the Joy-Cons. Like, a lot of people were having stick drift, and a lot of people were like, these things break easily. And they straight up was like,
Tight.
no.
I mean, Nintendo's always had like stuff like that. Like, you remember how often freaking people busted their buttons on like the DS too.
N64, they were going like that.
And
The LNR buttons were always fucked up.
no, I was thinking about the grip on the analog sticks.
Yeah, that too. The 3DS.
And they'll just be like, that's just you. That's a you problem, bro. Like,
You
I don't
check
know why.
yourself before you wreck yourself.
Play
sir.
gentler.
I don't know, buy another $80 controller,
I don't know. I feel like
guess.
Nintendo just like lucked themselves into inventions. They were like Mario technology, and then they just like they didn't think any fucking
Yeah.
further.
What about that year?
They were like, what if this was portable? What if I could do that and it actually did that? You know?
They brought the boxes. Remember that shit? They
Yeah.
had cardboard boxes.
That's part of a game. They're like, you could make a cardboard piano. And it worked. It's fucking weird, but
It was like, yo,
fucking, I don't know.
they literally sold you cardboard.
They sold the fucking
They sold you,
skateboard.
like, here,
they sold
cardboard.
They sold a yoga board,
Play
like
with it.
the Wii Fit
The Wii
board.
Fit. You know, it's sad when like all I want now is just another Switch that's better. Like I don't want anything different. I don't want the newest. Either that or give me a Wii 2.
I
Like
don't
give
know.
me a Wii 2.
The thing
Not
is-
a Wii U. A Wii 2.
The thing is, though, is that like they obviously cheaped out. Because it's like, as someone who like knows about like a lot of like the emulator machines and stuff, you can buy like $150 like emulator machine and it's built better than a Nintendo Switch.
I believe
like
it.
the analog sticks and like the back is like solid, but like you touch a Switch and you're like it's bending and shit.
Yeah, it
I'm
feels
like,
like
what
you
the
could snap it in
I'm
half.
like, I could literally break this if I was playing like a game I'd get angry at. I'd be like, bro,
Yeah.
this shit would just
It's
fucking
right above your
snap.
knee. Right above your knee. Perfect enough to be like,
I bet Jerry's dad could break it.
bro.
When you were younger and you guys got in trouble, what was like with video games? Were they taken away from you? Like,
They were normally taken away from me. They would take the discs, but the system would be left.
okay.
I think.
Yeah,
And
we would
then
just turn it
after
off.
that, wires they would take sometimes, like
Wires. They would take
Yeah.
wires.
Okay.
That's what happened to me.
yeah. And then also like the weird thing with me was that like my brother wouldn't get punished, or like it'd be vice versa,
Yeah.
where like my brother would get punished and I wouldn't, and I'd be like, hey bitch.
I remember when I used to get punished, my dad would take my PlayStation 2 and he would like take it out of the room, and I'd be like, for like a week or whatever. And I remember when I was a kid, I
was
would
just sitting in his room.
No,
like,
I remember when I was a
da, da,
kid,
da,
I would
da.
actively try to find that shit. Like I would look in every closet, under every bed, every fucking this, that, and I could never find that shit
I know-
until one day my
I know where
dad
it
told
is.
me, he was like, I would just wait for you to go to sleep and I'd put it in your closet. And I was like, shut the fuck up. The one place I would never look.
Oh
Telling me
my
that shit was
God.
right there.
It
He's
was
your
right
own
under your
God.
nose the
It's
whole
like-
time,
it's like,
dummy.
yo. It's like,
Get rocked.
No.
Can't wait. I was gonna say,
Smarter.
can't wait to fuck with my kids in the future, you know? But like in a civil way.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's like, hey, bro, you failed that test. You fucked up, bro. It's time, bro. It's time.
I'm taking this
I'm
shit.
digging your shit.
God,
You're-
what's the most dick-headed way I could do it? Being a gamer. Like,
Yeah,
what's the...
Oh my
Oh,
god!
man.
I'd pay someone to make a fake game. You know, they plug in
only play this for a week.
yeah, or not
I'm
even.
not taking away your console. I'm taking away every game you have, and you have to play this piece of shit.
You just replace it with a different older console. It's like, all right, so now we got this is the Sega Saturn. You're gonna play Bejeweled on the Sega Saturn. You're like,
It's got 6 buttons on the right side of the controller. Figure it out.
Figure it.
You're gonna play a
Lord.
fucking DOS game.
He becomes
some
like
weird-ass
really great at
controller.
that game. He becomes the best speedrunner.
Give them like a
You're
turbo
so
Take it
controller.
away from him. No, go back to playing the new shit.
yeah.
Yo, how did you get so good at this game?
My
You
dad
see-
was an asshole.
Fuck you.
He's out of spite. He's like the best in the world. Great shit,
I
bro.
fucking hate this game, bro.
Oh my
But thank you.
You ever seen how old those how many like buttons and shit those old controllers have? Like the turbo controllers.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a fucking like a
Mad
switch for
Catz
each button.
controllers.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
The good old days. The good old days.
I need
Remember
that.
the Google images of like the next gen console? The controller would have like 20 buttons on it.
They have like three
Have like a laser
joysticks.
beam that comes out of it.
That shit, bro.
All we got was a neon light that changed according to what game we were playing. That's
Dude,
all that we got, bro.
In 2007, you could Google what the Xbox 720.
Well, look it up. We could probably look it up right now.
It didn't matter what next gen console you wanted to know, but they all looked the exact same. They were all white, and they all had like some translucent color glass that was either bright blue or bright green. Can you
actually Google it? Can
yes,
we look up
what did the Xbox 720 and the Wii 2 look like?
Look up like a speculation 20.
Yeah,
Xbox
look up
720.
Super Saiyan 5.
All you just look up the Xbox 720. Yeah, there we go. You see, there's the translucent.
That's the
glass.
Game Sphere, bro.
That's the Game Sphere.
Bro, look at that! Look at that controller, man. That's what I wanted when I was young.
Did people really think that that's what it would look like?
That's what I thought it was gonna look like.
No, that had to have been someone fucking with people. Like that had to have been like, yo, let's troll these people.
Guys, what does the PS6 look like?
Yo,
I don't think we get any trolls.
You gotta look up like PS3 concepts. That was the beautiful time.
The boomerang controller you're gonna find, bro.
The boomerang controller, yes. Oh my god. These were legendary.
They changed it and still fucked up the launch. Crazy.
What would it be called? Fucking not concepts. PS3 like
fan ideas.
Like fan ideas, right?
Speculation.
No.
You've got to be fucking.
PS3 audience.
Holy shit,
audience
bro.
conception.
Well, now we're talking about fans.
Yeah, that was a bad idea, Joey.
Oh shit.
Yo, that was so good.
Stupid. All right, I think it's time for jamming. Yeah.
It's time for that shit.
You know what's weird? Yet last week it felt like we talked like so much, and then it ended up being 40 minutes. And this week I feel like we didn't talk at all, and it ended up being 40 minutes. I don't know what's going on. I just think
It's a little weird.
No, I feel like this lasted
short circuit.
Yeah, both would.
I'll go right off the bat. Super addicted to my new jam of the week. It's "Rotten" by Kenny Beats.
Okay.
It's pretty dope. It's like a chill beat that he made himself, and then he gets a cool vocalist that I think is named Nami to do the vocals on it. So check out "Rotten."
Okay.
It's super fresh.
Okay. My yam is "You're on the List" by Koyo.
I'm on the list?
Yeah, you're on the list. -1.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's I don't know. I would describe it as like a mid to late 2000s pop punk song. Like kind of like right before the era like me and Joey started going the Warped Tour. I don't know. I can't really think of an example right now, but like it's just fucking good. It fucking rocks. Rocks your socks off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like they're off?
Cool. Completely.
Wow.
Yeah.
My slam comes from the ex-lead singer of the band Real Friends. He posted on his Instagram after like close to years of like not posting, and he came back like he's back, and he was at a concert, and the person he was seeing was called Slow Joy. And I haven't really gave them a really good paid attention listen to, but I kind of like what I've been listening to. The song I choose is Crawl and then the 2, like I. And it's by Slow Joy.
Cool. By the way, didn't he leave Real Friends for like mental health reasons or something?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I like that guy.
And also like
I think he's really good.
he didn't like stop making music for that long, weirdly enough. Like it was only a little bit, and then he started making music with the guy from Knuckle Puck.
I remember that.
And then that still kept going on, but it, like they never published anything. They were independent.
It was just
They were-
fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just
you know,
like, we
right,
did
Joey?
these.
What?
It was like music. Mm-hmm.
My song of the week is actually we were talking about it earlier. It is gonna be off the Erotic Cakes album of Guthrie Govan. It's a song called Eric.
I don't think I've heard that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I've never heard it before like this week.
Eric
And
with
I
a
was
C?
like, oh shit.
Wonderful
Yeah, Eric with a
Slippery
C.
Thing almost got jammed this week. I forgot how much of a jam that song is.
Yeah. I think this song comes after Sevens, and that's the song I clicked.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
What did the DJ name his son? Eric.
Thanks for
Glad
watching
it
the
was a
Joystick
girl.
Show, episode 159.
a girl.
It was really good up until then.
Isn't that the name of the cat on that meme? Eric.
Eric.
It is, yeah.
Eric.
Number 2, right? Number 2, we got Eric.
It is, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching the Joystick
We got
Show.
Scoopily McJubes.
Scoopily McJubes. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate y'all. It'd be really helpful if you could like this episode of the Joystick Show. If you could subscribe to Team Joystick. You know, while you're at it, before you fucking go and watch something else, go like The Chef's Son, because that should take a lot of work.
Don't even watch
man,
it.
make
Just like
cinnamon.
it.
And get ready for a bunch more content coming on the way. We got Chef's Sons coming every 2 weeks. We got the Joystick Show coming every other week. We're going to be putting out some one-offs. We got stuff we're talking about tonight.
Got some
We got
two-offs.
some October content that Joey and I have to figure out. With
3-offs.
Some stuff that's very fear-inducing. But it's going to be a fun one. So stay tuned. Get ready. It's going to be really exciting. And until then, my friendos and friendettes, Pete, bye.
When I was younger, my brother told me that Neo used to be gay.
The singer Neo
Was gay and then got cured, and then that's why. and then my brother said that Neo was gay and then he became not gay, like he found his way, and then that's why his suits were always too tight. Because he's gay and gay people wear tight clothing. I was like, seamless logic, bro. Seamless.
Oh, I'm so happy I'm still
Bro,
recording.
who was fucking...
Seamless.